Hi Safety Squad, it's Firefighter Tim. In the last video we discussed bedroom safety. Do you remember what the phrase was that I gave you? Great job, it's close before you doze. Now what does close before you doze mean? Well, it means that we should close our bedroom door before we go to sleep. Do you remember why that's so important? Remember, if we keep our bedroom door closed while we sleep, if a fire does start in the middle of the night, you'll have more time to get to safety. It's important to remember that you should never hide under a bed or in your closet. Instead, go to your bedroom window and wave your hands. Firefighters will be outside looking in all the windows for anyone inside. Firefighters are our friends and are coming to help even if they look and sound a little different in their protective gear. Now, today we're going to talk about another room in the house. This room is one of the most dangerous rooms in the home. Do you know what room I'm talking about? If you guessed the kitchen, that's right. In the kitchen, there's lots of useful items that adults use for cooking, like the oven, coffee maker, toaster, or microwave. These tools are very helpful, however they can also be dangerous if not used correctly. So they should be used with safety in mind. Today, we're going to learn some tips to keep us safe when inside the kitchen. At times, adults may be cooking on the stove and then leave the kitchen briefly to do something else. Maybe they need to go check on little brother or sister, answer the phone, or answer the door. This can be dangerous because if something's cooking on the stove and it starts to burn, no one would be in the kitchen to shut the stove off or remove the pot of food from the burner. When someone expects to only leave the kitchen for a brief time, they sometimes forget all about their food cooking on the stove. The food can then burn and eventually catch on fire. Because of this, we have a rule that we follow. If someone's cooking in the kitchen, they need to stay in the kitchen. Since you're a Safety Squad member, as a kid, you can be a big helper and remind adults if we smell something burning or if we notice that something is cooking and no one is in the kitchen. This can be a really big help. However, we have to remember that anything on the stove or in the oven is going to be really hot. You should always go get an adult and never try to remove anything yourself. It's also important not to turn any knobs or touch any buttons on the stove. These controls can be dangerous and are for adults only. Okay, great job so far, Safety Squad. Now we're going to talk about some safety tips to prevent any burns from happening in the kitchen. When there's pots and pans on the stovetop, do you think it would be safest to keep the handles facing toward the back of the stove or towards the front? If you said the handles should always be facing towards the back, great job, you're correct. When the handles of pots and pans are facing toward the front, there's a chance that the handle could get bumped or pulled on, and the hot food or liquid that's inside could spill out onto someone and cause a serious burn. You can help by reminding the adult cooking to turn the handles toward the back or away from the front so they're not sticking out. Remember, these pots and pans will be very hot and you should never try to turn the handles yourself. Always get an adult. We covered stovetop safety, now let's talk about the oven. When the oven is on and hot, do you think the door should be kept open or closed? Closed, that's right. Whenever the oven is on, the door should always be kept closed. The oven is not a heater, so it should not be used to heat the home. If you notice the oven door is open, what do you think you should do? If you said, go get an adult, that's right. Great job. Ovens should never be used as heaters and also should never be used for storage, so we shouldn't store any household supplies in the oven. Great job today. Let's have a quick review of everything we've gone over. The kitchen is one of the most dangerous rooms in the house. What should you do if you ever see something cooking in the kitchen and there's no adult present? Right, you should go find an adult. Awesome job. Do you remember which way the handles of pots and pans should be facing? If you said towards the back of the stove, you're right. Great job. Okay, last question. When the oven is on, should the door be kept closed or open? Closed. That's right. Nice job. Now you know how to stay safe in the kitchen. Remember, whenever you see something that's not safe in the kitchen, you should go get an adult. Don't forget to check out the family activity sheet for some fun activities related to the kitchen safety. Well, that's it for today. Great job, Safety Squad. Stay safe.